on the App Store.
Yeah, and you had like problems with saves or whatever.
Yeah, because I haven't fixed that yet. So I resorted to playing it legally next to my laptop, and for some reason the device I was playing it on legally was it was all good and well until like so you know how like in this game, like once in a while it'll zoom out and show the entire court with like the galley like muttering or something, and then the judge has to be like order and they quiet.
Yeah.
It does basically an almost identical thing, but like with the new courtroom or whatever. There's a new courtroom, by the way, it looks different. But it does the same thing where like it's just, the courtroom is like a 3D model now, so like hand is slightly across and there's like a like not super detailed crowd, but there is like modeled crowd, and like whenever it does that, it just slows down, and so every time it does it, it takes twice as long because they get really cinematic where the camera pans across the courtroom, and so it's just like so it'll be like objection and then their point, and then like it'll just be like this demonic like 30-second minute just like
Oh yeah, I remember during the stream, I think you said there was like a 5th game, Adrian, and I don't know, like one person commented, I don't know who that was, there's no 5th game.
What there is there's I can name
I'm only telling you what I saw.
The person in chat said there is no 5th case. Which I think they were referring to the fact that we're playing Ace Attorney 1 at the moment, because when they commented that, we were on the save screen, and it said Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Case 5. I don't know. I have no fucking idea who that person was. Their username was just a bunch of numbers.
Well, speaking about numbers, Grant, I know you're really close to Zach, and so we had a discussion earlier, and I was wondering if you know the deal with these pretty numbers.
Oh, I know all about them.
Really? Okay, because I just... Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just say, the last thing I want to say...
I have no clue.
There are a bunch of the Phoenix Wright games that have 5 cases. Most of them just have 4.
Okay.
Interesting.
Thank you, Saba. I appreciate you working with me on that gimmick.
Of course. I mean, I still don't know what it is, but yeah.
I told you what
apparently
the
you know everything.
Were.
Oh, okay. The reason behind the pretty numbers.
Oh, there's no reason. It's just psychotic.
Oh, okay.
All right. Hello, Carrie.
Hi. All Looks like we're all here.
Is everybody ready to go?
Things
Probably.
Here.
All right.
I have
yes.
opened...
I was sorry. I was gonna tell you all Happy Mother's Day. I don't know any of your mothers, but I'm sure all of them are wonderful people.
Happy Mother's
Incorrect,
Day.
but
Well,
alright.
my mom says thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome, Carrie's mother.
I've got a little pouch of trail mix and opened up halved avocado with a spoon, and that's my dinner for tonight.
That's what's up.
Oh.
It's kind of pathetic, but you take what you get. Anyway, here's Edgeworth while I eat.
Edgeworth time.
Oh my gosh, I totally forgot I need to open up the stream.
Why do you need to open up the stream?
Because I heard Edgeworth. And then there's me. There's no excuse for what I've...
Are you talking about Twitch or the Discord?
Discord, I forgot.
Oh.
2 years ago, I used false evidence to obtain a guilty verdict.
But how would Edgeworth know that it's false evidence, though?
As Phoenix asked that in the next text box.
That's what it all breaks down to, and nothing I can do erases that fact. Ooh, calling it too ahead of time now.
To be fair, it wasn't the next one, it was one after that.
You
That is
have a
true.
point, you have a point.
It doesn't count. You can't put it on the bingo card.
But isn't it more impressive if you see it too into the future?
Oh.
Than me calling Police Chief Gant the murderer is the ultimate bingo.
Oh my god.
The long con.
But you didn't know, did you? I mean, that the evidence was falsified.
The police department and the prosecutor's office share a bond of trust.
The what office?
The police department.
Cool.
Yeah. If that bond is broken, we stand to lose everything.
Give me 1 second. I just have to put you down a little bit.
I'm so sorry.
I'm gonna put you down to 83.
The police department's error is my error. My responsibility as the prosecutor in charge.
Down a little bit more.
I appreciate it.
Saba's too
So
powerful
much.
today.
This is the first time I've spoken in a long time. The fact remains the same no matter what excuses I might have.
Oh, Mr. Edgeworth. Sorry, I was checking my voice settings.
I take pride in my work. So tell me why. Why has it all come to this?
Because you a little bitch.
Heartache.
What?
Tell me why.
Ain't nothing but a...
That should be the bingo square, not fucking like anything else. Just like uses a line to sing a song.
Tell me why.
We can replace the ooh woo with that one.
Yeah, I'm about to say we didn't really ooh woo that much.
Well, here's the question:
Okay,
does
I'm
that
gonna
call?
for everything.
Is that different, or does it count as both when look at this photograph comes up?
Yeah, so that's why I was saying that it would envelop look at this photograph as well, because that's just music reference.
Okay.
Easy music reference.
Easy, yes, there you go. That's the bingo square.
I mean,
Write
really,
that down.
I feel like the entire thing is basically we take a low-hanging fruit joke.
Yeah,
That's true.
but then that means that 90% of the bingo squares are taken up by that one statement.
That's true.
Even Edgeworth
We always
can't
go
keep
for
his
low-hanging
emotion bottled up. Are you up for the trial tomorrow?
First last year's trial and now this one. Seems all you do is worry about me.
Yes! Fuck
Because
me!
I'm in love with you!
I am in love with you! I want
To be
to
honest,
put my
you're
face
getting on my
between
nerves,
your
Baka. Why do you
boobs!
keep telling me these things?
God, I love Game Grumps. Anyway.
But Mr. Edgeworth, you can't just walk out on the trial.
Tomorrow is the last day. It's too late to change prosecutors.
Not with that attitude.
I'll bet that's what my superiors are banking on.
I think they're banking on Wall Street, considering that they're all, like, really high ups, yeah?
Probably.
I never thought that case would come back to haunt me like this.
Did you not? What do you mean?
The list of evidence, it seems too short. Most lists run twice as long.
I need to put stuff down again.
Stop laughing, Adrian. Makes me upset.
I was just gonna say, Edgeworth, that Edgeworth's like, usually there's so much evidence, and meanwhile we have 3 pages of evidence.
That's true. He has like 5. He has 6.
Well, I mean, you get to play as Edgeworth, so you see that that's not really the case. But I do love the idea of, like, him right now, when he hits tab to look at court record, it's like 9 pages. And he's like, ugh.
I was also gonna say that, like, it would be funny if Edgeworth, like, resigns on day 2, and then on day 3 you show up and it's just fucking Winston Payne. He's like, oh, I don't really know how to, and then you win instantly because it's fucking Winston Payne.
Because he's a disgrace to the law.
It's only half as long as most lists? That's odd.
After Neil Marshall was murdered, I became prosecutor for that case. I may not have been part of the investigation, but I knew what I had to do.
Forge
Use
evidence.
evidence I was given to prove the suspect guilty. What
Yes,
is the judge
Edgeworth,
doing
that
here?
is your job. Do you want a cookie?
That was really the only thing on my mind at the time.
Hey, we just saw a picture taken around that time.
That picture, something seems strange about it. I'm gonna show it to him later, I guess.
Sure.
Could you tell us again about what happened that day? The day Detective Goodman was murdered. You were participating in a ceremony over at the station, right?
I never cared for ceremonies, but I had to attend that one.
Is that what I called the Cyphernaut building, by the way, Saba? Did I call it a station?
I don't recall you talking about the name of the place.
Alright, never mind. I'll work on that later.
Okay.
Because you were awarded this?
Those receiving awards can't exactly skip out on the ceremony, unfortunately. I finished up at the office in the morning and then drove over to the police department.
The police.
Yes, I can't speak. We all know this.
You finished up at the office?
Yes, just odds and ends, clerical stuff. I played a round of chess with myself.
Adrian,
Finished up
don't.
over the
Adrian,
space.
don't. I thought you were gonna make a joke about him being like a monk or a priest or something.
Why?
Because it was clerical stuff.
Well, he didn't say
no.
clerical stuff. I was gonna mention him finishing up all over coaches. Never mind.
I didn't plan on returning to the office that day. That is until I was asked to take something back.
Huh. The
My
screwdriver.
dignity.
Take something back?
This.
Oh yeah, Chief Gad asked you to hold on to that, didn't he?
Yes. It was a piece of evidence in the case that was closed half a year ago. He asked me to bring it back to the prosecutor's office.
So fucking Gant used you to ferry the body away from the scene of the crime? Because it was in his trunk? That's the story we heard yesterday. So you came back here to the prosecutor's office because the chief asked you to?
That's right. And that's where the conversation ends.
Alright.
Imagine if Edward was just like, you know what, I think I'll take an Uber today instead of my car, and Gant's just like,
Malfunction.
Are you sure? I saw someone eyeballing your car earlier. I think it might get keyed. And Edworth is like, no, that's fine. I can get it repaired. And Gant's like, I forbid you from using Uber. Why? Because of,
He just electrifies the phone so he can't use it.
Yeah, he does the, he does the fucking, Shazam, like, psh, blowing it up. This picture was hanging on the wall in Chief Gant's office.
Edward's just like, that seems not supernatural.
Prosecutor Neil Marshall. He had just started making a name for himself. Looks like this was taken when he received the King of Prosecutors trophy.
And also, Sir Lancelot was there.
Speaking of that, there's something that bothers me.
Yes.
The trophy Mr. Marshall is holding.
It has a sword.
It's a little different than yours.
Yes, you're right. I remember now.
Remember what?
That was what the official prosecutor's trophy looked like until 2 years ago. There's a story behind its design.
A story? Oh, sorry.
A story? Excuse you.
I don't know why. I'm interested in the story. Oh, sounds interesting. Would you mind telling it to us?
It's simple, really. Contradiction. That's what the award's based on. That's okay. Well, that's where the conversation ends again.
No, there you go.
This award originates from an ancient Chinese tale.
Oh, I know this one.
In Chinese, the word contradiction is written with 2 characters. The first means halberd and the second means shield. Have you heard this story?
I have, but please tell me it's a cool story.
Very well.
Let's
Oh,
plot some
dude!
ancient scrolls.
Story
use some ancient
time!
scrolls for
I'm super
this.
excited.
Long, long ago, in the kingdom of Chu, there was an arms merchant.
Bless you.
Oh, thank you very much. One day he presented the king with 2 items. The first was a halberd that he claimed could slice through any shield or armor. The second was a shield he claimed could withstand any weapon.
Wait a minute. Objection! Those claims contradict each other.
I
It
don't
plays
know
the
why you're
fucking.
yelling at me.
It plays the victory music.
Like I said, very perceptive. But then again, you've heard the story before, right? Smarty pants?
Yes.
Anyway, as you mentioned, the very description of these items discredit them both. When the king pointed this out, the merchant was left speechless. And thus the Chinese word for contradiction was born.
I'd like to say that I really, really love the fact that they made a new sprite entirely just for Edgeworth to be smug, and only for this case.
Oh, I see. So
Wait,
that
are you
chip
sure he's
shield
smug?
and broken knife symbolize.
I'm pretty sure that smug sprite doesn't show up in game 2 or 3.
Precisely slowed. They symbolize the merchant's item. I mean, I don't feel like he's smug, more as like resigned and slightly annoyed.
Well, no, not the one where he's looking down and smiling.
Yeah. Resigned but slightly annoyed.
I don't know. I mean, it seems smug to me. It feels a lot like the image where it's like the cat with all the knives pointed at him.
My favorite. Oh, you reminded me. I need to bring that into my stream assets folder, so that way I can use it.
The ancient tale ends with the merchant at a loss for words. But it's in our nature to pursue matters to their conclusion. Even if it results in something as ugly as this. Like, it looks like resignation a little bit. I don't know, I guess this might be subjective.
Wow, thanks, Mr. Edgeworth. I learned something new today.
That's funny. If that's so, then why were we only given a shield?
You have to ask the Chief Gant.
The chief.
The only one Chief Gant. There is no other Chief Gant. 2 years ago, he had the halberd part of the award abolished.
Sorry, my hair is too long. It's getting in all up in my headset. Chief Gant.
All up in your grill.
I mean, I wanna like indulge me for a second, but it's just like I'm looking at this, and I look at like the shape of the chip in the blade, right? And then you look at the image on this. Doesn't it have the same chip in it? Or am I
But
reaching?
wasn't that there? Still in the office?
Right, and so wasn't that switchblade that I just pulled out.
So it's not the same one.
I don't know, I just find that weird. Anyway, so we got his resignation letter, which we can give to Gumshoe. I don't know who this is.
I just keep on going.
Excuse me. Fuck!
Oh,
I
okay.
knew it.
Oh.
I think it's Sarah.
Yeah.
Would either of you care for a quarter pound of roast beef?
What's
Without
wrong
any-
with you?
So much food.
Just uncooked, no ingredients, no like bread. Just a quarter pound of raw roast beef.
I can guarantee you that someone's done this before, but I wonder if someone has tried to open up like a sushi restaurant, but it was like Western style, and it was all like beef and chicken, but uncooked.
My goodness.
Oh god.
Miss Star! I guess she's out of lunches.
You certainly are the curious sort, aren't you? Kind of like the first person who sucked a cow's nipple to discover milk. My goodness, the things I'm saying.
Which, by the way, people point that out as like the first person to do that is weird. As
That's
like,
not really that weird.
yeah, cause like people knew that like people lactated, so it's like.
Yeah, because humans lactate, and then you suckle from your mother, and then you see a baby calf do the same thing to a cow, and you're like, oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, exactly. Like that doesn't seem that desperate or weird to me. It's just like, might as well.
It's like
try
when
it.
you phrase it that way, though.
I guess when you out of context, yeah.
But
Okay.
that actually does bring up a really good question that I want to propose really quick. Are there any foods that are really weird? Like how the fuck did someone discover this?
Which came first, the cow or the human?
Duh.
Oh.
Like
Which
I
came
don't,
first, the cow's nipple or the human's nipple?
Oh, yeah. But like, cause I'm thinking about it, and I'm like, there are a lot of mushrooms. Like you know the one that weirds me out a lot is I think it's called fugu. It's like pufferfish, where it's just
Yeah.
like you
Oh,
not
yeah.
only do you have to like get it, which is already difficult, you have to prepare it in a certain way, or else it maintains its fucking neurotoxin and fucking
You basically
kills
have to. You basically have to do special training just to pass, like the certificate or whatever, in order to be able to even do that.
And that's sort of what I mean, where I guess it just goes to show how bored people can be sometimes, because it's like, if it's so fucking difficult to like prepare this like meal that apparently is just fine, like it's not super delicious, it's just okay. Why? Like,
mean,
what's wrong with you?
I don't
mean,
know.
I think
Who-
like potatoes. Like
Well,
who looked at a potato and thought, yeah, I could make so many dishes out of this,
Well-
just not raw,
Well, I guess
like
the first
every
step,
other vegetable.
the first step is like you look at like a fucking plant, like, you know what, I'm gonna uproot this plant, and you see this big lump underground. You're like, I'm gonna eat that instead of
Well,
the plant.
Carrie, real fast, who says they didn't eat it raw back in the day?
You know what? You're absolutely right.
I'm
my
about to say, I
listeners
can
don't
almost
listen.
guarantee you that they ate it raw at first, and then they were
Yeah,
like,
I
oh,
thought
we
that
can
was
do
pretty
stuff
sure.
with this.
And I was gonna say, like, to a lesser degree than fugu, like, people just ate peppers and like, this sucks. Let's keep eating it anyway.
Yeah!
hurt.
Dude, this fucking sucks. Let's keep eating it. But I mean, like, because there's a weird dichotomy, right? Of, like, people who desperately need sustenance eating stuff out of desperation. Like fucking haggis. You know what I mean? Where it's literally just stuffing shit
Well, no,
into, like, sheep entrails. And it's just,
well,
like,
haggis
that's not...
is just a good use of like the entire sheep, right? Instead of just throwing
Right,
things
but you
away, they're
can-
trying to use everything.
Right, and I will admit I don't know like all the names for the stuff, but there was like a video I watched a while ago that was literally titled like "Why Haggis is Bullshit," and they were like, yeah, using all the same materials that you use for haggis, you can make these meals that are delicious instead. Like you don't need any extra spices, you just need salt and pepper, which you already use for haggis anyway. And so it's just like a thing where it's just like, oh, it was just the necessity of the time meant that they did this instead. But you can do something better. I don't know. I just think it's, I don't know, I just think it's weird. Like, why do we have to go to such lengths to eat bad food?
Still, I never thought you'd go digging up that case from 2 years ago.
What? On day one, you wouldn't shut the fuck up about it. Everyone in this trial was involved in the incident, in the Sline incident. Not only that, but the murder occurred on the very day the evidence from that case was due for transferal. This can't be all attributed to a mere coincidence. Dude, my nasal cavities hurt from talking so much today.
Oh yeah, I feel that. Aren't you forgetting something?
No.
You know that little scene I happened to witness?
The instant Lana stabbed Detective Goodman with a knife.
No matter how much of the past you dig up, it won't change what I saw. Roast beef is meant to be savored when eaten.
Miss Star's hatred toward Lana. It all dates back to 2 years ago. Oh, I have to talk to her.
Hey. Joe Dark. That's a name I'll not soon forget.
And this here, I mean, guys, the subway count, I don't know if we should go to subway because it's kind of fast, but like, what do you guys
Okay.
think?
We trailed him for half
go
a
to Subway,
year.
we have to go to Quiznos.
Oh, the pressure. Still, I don't think I was ever more alive than I was then.
Ordering pickup for subway?
Those days were steamier than a bowl of hot gravy. Poor old Jake Marshall, though, he must have been going through hell.
You mean because of his brother's death?
They were close, those two. After Neil died, something took over Jake. He became obsessed.
Obsessed with those Grorks.
The Flea Illuminati took over.
No.
Oh, 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 oh.
Seeing Jake like that made her all the more desperate.
Her?
Lana Sky.
My sister.
Was there a little bit of Canadian there? Ooh, yeah.
Oh, my sister.
She's been possessed by the ghost in the evidence room.
No!
Of the best were put on that S-Sline case. Of course, they were led by that legendary duo.
I swear, if this picture comes out, my eyes are closed.
It'll be
Lana
fine.
and Chief Gant.
Grant. No, this is before she was a robot. She has personality in this picture.
Oh, right.
What did Grant say? I didn't hear.
I just said it'll be fine.
He said
okay.
it would be fine, but in like the robotic monotone of Lana.
Right, right.
Or sorry, Llama.
Meh.
That legendary pair was the reason we were able to keep up with our investigation.
Your legendary pair is keeping me up. Anyway.
Said Phoenix to Edgeworth in my fanfiction.
Oh my goodness. That's why we were so shocked over how it turned out.
You mean with forging of the evidence?
Don't get me wrong. Joe Dark got what he deserved. Still, it was obvious the evidence produced in court was being manipulated.
How was it obvious? I mean, I guess it was obvious to you because you were a detective, but still.
Items our team never found would suddenly appear while other items are kept secret. Does that answer your question?
But you don't have proof anything illegal was done.
Yes, we do. We have a testimony by Lana Sky.
I'm proof enough of what happened.
Ah,
After that case, all of us save Goodman were relieved of our duties. Most without even so much as an explanation. Then Lana Sky transferred to the prosecutor's office and became chief prosecutor.
Lana always wanted to be a prosecutor.
Nothing's quite as simple as it appears.
Huh?
Lana Sky was merely being used as a pawn. That's my take on the matter.
So why are you trying to fucking destroy Lana Sky? She was being used?
Damon Gant and Lana Sky. Gant led the investigation with Lana second in command. They were the best.
They solved all kinds of cases together, didn't they?
Damon Gant's magnetism in particular was almost unreal.
It's almost like electricity is
Coursing
know.
through him.
The electromagnetic current.
For some reason, my phone battery was always almost charged when I was near him.
What is he, fucking Nikola Tesla? Like, just the Tesla battery? Also,
He's a
Ignore the
Tesla
arcs of
coils.
lightning jolting off me at all times, please.
who the fuck is he? Dynamo Man? That's a Mega
Yes.
Man joke. Who right now is listening to us through their speakers? Is anybody listening to us through their speakers?
I kind of heard my voice playback.
That's why I'm asking, just because only when Saba talks, I can hear her echo, and I'm just trying to solve it.
Why is it only me?
I don't know, cause
Why am I
I
good?
was paying attention to see if I heard it when Carrie was talking, and I didn't, so I don't know. Let's keep
Well,
going.
Alright,
and
Saba,
maybe
try
we'll figure it out.
talking for a bit.
Hello, my name is Sala.
His magnetism?
Can you hear it?
I don't think so. By that I mean his ability to attract evidence. He produced the most incredible evidence in the cases he handled.
Incredible evidence? You mean...
Oh yes. How is... Okay, well I heard it again, but I don't know where it's from. There were rumors about him even back then.
Wait, Grant, I have a question, and I guess actually Carrie too, because I believe Carrie also watched Miraculous. Are they literally doing the thing that they did with Chloe, but for Edgeworth here, where it's like we take this negative character trait and we just pin it to a different character?
And there's just a way more worse people, so then by comparison, they're not that bad.
Yes. Is that just what's happening? Because, like, in the first 4 cases, it was like, oh my god, Edgeworth forges evidence all the time and shit. And
Yeah,
now
I think
it's just
so.
like, oh no, it was actually Damon Gant.
Ooh.
No one dared confront him, though.
I take it she's talking about forged evidence.
Back then, everyone looked up to Lana. All the detectives wanted to be like her.
Back then, everybody looked up to her. She was part gumshoe, you see, so she was 20 feet tall.
But then she underwent surgery to return to normal height.
Really?
She underwent surgery to become a vampire?
Oh.
Question mark? I don't know.
Hello, yes,
Maybe
welcome to
ex-vampire
Convarma Doctor.
reverted back to a human.
Welcome to the Convarma Hospital. I will be your surgeon for today.
Oh yes,
Wait,
myself included. I
Even
was a
before
fool,
he got
really.
arrested, sorry Saba, even before he got arrested in the fucking previous case, he had his alter ego Convarma.
Well, yeah, he had to have the deep lore established in case he ever needed to go incognito.
It's not even that good of a thing. Oh man, okay.
She hated anything crooked and always watched out for the other detectives. That's why she was so concerned for Jake.
Mr. Marshall.
When Jake's brother was murdered, she felt as if she had lost her own brother. If it wasn't for her, I don't think Jake would have ever recovered from his shock.
From
That's
Damon
what
Gant.
makes it all the more infuriating.
Miss Star,
That's why I'll never be able to forgive her. Why did she have to turn so cold after that? Why did she have to turn into a robot?
Oh yeah, you're right. She's not. She didn't turn into a vampire. She's a robot now.
I am become robots.
No, because as a robot, she was particularly vulnerable to being manipulated by electricity.
Oh!
Oh.
Oh!
The deep
Lana-
lore.
Dude, I don't like how it works. Lana transferred to the prosecutor's office 2 years ago, didn't she?
Yes, thanks to Chief Gant's powerful influence.
Chief.
That's right. Having solved the slime case, his position as chief was secured.
I don't like slime. It feels gross.
Well, you brought it up. There was only one thing left for him to control. And then no one could stand in his way. The prosecutor's office.
Oh no. What? You mean that's why Lana was transferred?
If he could control the chief prosecutor, he could control the prosecutor's office. That must have been his goal all along.
Oh dude, this is a fucking huge conspiracy. Holy shit.
But how could he control Lana?
I don't know, but one thing's for sure. Ever since the case ended, she's never been the same. It's only logical to conclude. There must have been a reason for her change.
At last, I'm finally getting close to the bottom of this ugly mess. Just looks at Angel and she's just like,
Yes, I know you're talking about yourself. Thank you.
Oh.
And you're welcome.
thank you, Miss Star.
Yeah, ugly mess is what he calls Edgeworth, and he's finally getting the bottom to it.
Finally.
You listen to me, rookie. It takes more than just ingredients to create fine cuisine. I hope you turn out to be a better chef than I've been.
It doesn't
Fucking
take.
ingredients, beetroot.
You want ingredients.
Here's some carrots. Here's some rutabaga. Here's some turnips.
You want fucking.
I want to say another quality of life they added in Attorney 5 is that instead of this, first of all, the locations are changed into just a list you can scroll through completely.
Oh, thanks.
And in another one, they add a notes thing, which is basically like a to-do list of things you should do during an investigation.
Oh,
Oh, that's
why wasn't
nice.
that in there to begin with?
They didn't. Maybe they didn't want to change the format until they went to a new system. I don't know, but it's a very nice quality of life change.
What system is Ace Attorney 5 on?
3DS.
Oh, this is what happens when I don't check, Zach. But the game is not actually playing.
Holy shit! Oh my god.
Well.
That's
See,
unbelievably
Does
embarrassing.
literally no one else check? Do I have to do this? Just tell me and I'll do it.
I mean, you
What?
say that, and I'm literally watching the stream as well. Holy shit! I
Oh
am
my
so
God.
embarrassed.
Were at least our voices audible?
Yes, absolutely.
Then
All
30
right,
minutes.
let's go back.
No.
No, I will not speak all of that again.
Oh, you're back.
You're still here?
I gotta make 150 copies of these files. Brewing coffee, copying file. I'm turning into a regular DJ.
Desk jockey.
You're a DJ as well?
If I'm not mistaken, I think he means desk jockey.
Oh, that DJ.
I gotta admire your persistency, but my answer's still no.
What the fuck is persistency?
Being
Huh?
persistent. I'm not letting you in the chief's office. Period. It'd be my neck on the line.
That office is the last crime scene in the Slime incident. I have to take a look in there.
There's got to be something we can do to make the detective change his mind.
Alright, Emma, you talk to him. I'll come up behind him with a metal bat.
Alright, Emma, all good behind him and good on my hands and knees, and you push him. And that'll definitely change his mind.
Falls on Phoenix and breaks his back. What's this crumpled up piece of paper? Is it something to put my neck on the line? No, no way. Mr. Edgeworth can't be serious.
Is he ever not serious?
I can't believe they pushed him this far.
I swear. God, I'm sorry. I'm still so embarrassed for having streamed for a half an hour with the fucking overlay.
Cat bullet.
It was just Cat Bullet the whole time! Anyway.
That was a real Pega moment.
Wow.
Pog.
Mr. Edgeworth really feels responsible.
When I first met him, I thought he was as cold as ice, too. But I know different now. He trusted us detectives to provide him with sound evidence. But we betrayed him.
Detective.
God, this, like, weird, like, not love triangle. It's like a love arrow. You know what I mean?
That's it. I've made up my mind.
But
Here, take my ID card.
We can't do that. If someone found out...
he wouldn't let you off the hook with another lost item report.
Look at me. It's no secret I'm already out of the loop.
Oh, Gumshoe, no!
After all, I'm friends with Edgeworth. Depending on how this case turns out, I may already be as good as terminated.
What?
So at least let me do this. For Mr. Edgeworth's sake.
Alright, detective. Thank you. Oh my god, Gumshoe.
He's a hero.
He's the
Isn't
best!
it like... Man, you
So
said...
this is what it feels like to have a
Whoa,
lackey.
oh my god! He's huge!
I love
We
him.
established this, yeah. But
I wish it gave like height and weight.
Oh,
I was gonna say, it's interesting that you say love arrow, because it's like, obviously Phoenix is thinking for Edgeworth, and Gumshoe probably is thinking for Edgeworth, but when you think about it, you're also with a 16-year-old girl who also has a crush on Edgeworth.
that is true. But then Edgeworth wants Phoenix but can't admit it, so he sort of settles for Gumshoe. So it really does make an arrow.
And he's oblivious to Emma, because she's a 16-year-old girl.
Correct. Alright, let's go, I guess.
Step in.
It's fucking Gant with a gun.
Welcome! It's Gant with 2 tasers.
Both powered by himself.
Here goes, Mr. Wright. Click. Beep.
Oh my gosh, you know what I was just thinking, Grant, based off you said like 2 tasers? Like he just sleeps like a mummy, just holding on to these 2 tasers while he sleeps.
Instead of
We're
an
in.
hawk and a book, it's 2 tasers.
If anyone finds us now,
Detective Gumshoe's a goner.
If that happens, I'm counting on you to bail me
You
out.
came with us?
eek!
Yeah.
How is he so big yet so good at hiding?
Sorry, I thought you were a ghost.
Is it because of his urban camo?
I didn't even know you could slap a ghost.
Ah! Detective Gumshoe! Why did I yell afterwards? What are you doing sneaking up on us like that?
I wasn't sneaking. I was just worried something might go wrong.
I mean, how could I sneak? I'm 16 feet tall.
I make earthquakes whenever I move, so I came too.
If you're here, then what's the point of giving us your ID card?
Oh
You
my
just came
god!
with us. What's
What
the point?
fuck is this? Why?
I told you that's my card.
What the fuck?
Why not just
Phoenix?
give it back to him?
I
Phoenix
hardly
just
ever
made a real dick for no reason.
get a chance to come in here. So I figured I'd have a look around myself. Besides, we're all in this together now.
You really do want to get fired, don't you?
Not if we're lucky. Then come on, let's see what we can find out.
Oh, is this gonna be a thing where Gant's gonna like walk in and Gumshoe's like gonna be like, everyone get out of here! I'll hold him back, and Gant's like, ha ha ha, as he like turns into a thundercloud.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, his
Oh.
voice will become like
Well,
Bowser.
I'll stall for time.
I got a bad feeling about this.
Look, it's
Dude.
Sir Lancelot back there.
Yeah, I know. I'll examine stuff. Hey, I do want to say, for future me watching this video back, at least we didn't show anything super new. Like,
Yeah.
as in, like,
We
cover it
skipped
with the
over
overlay.
almost all my dialogue.
It's okay. It's your dialogue. We still heard it.
Wow, look at the
True.
size of Chief Gant's desk.
Speaking of that, we were in here earlier. Yes. Isn't that an evidence list? I wonder what he was reading.
This looks like a list of evidence.
I'm a genius. No, a list of evidence.
In most cases, the list runs twice as long as this, though.
Hey, look at the case name.
Huh? Slime incident. I wonder what this is doing here.
What is the DL6? Because SL9 is Slime. Is DL6...
That wasn't that
Yes.
Edgeworth's thing?
It's
Or
Delix.
was that-
I was about to say,
Or
it'd be
Deluxe.
Deluxe, right?
Oh, okay. We're talking about the naming convention. Okay, we're not
It's
being
Delix.
smart here.
What
DL6
about...
is Delix.
What about this one?
What was it?
A screwdriver,
Is this Ike's teen?
Ike's teen?
Is this case Ike's teen?
Eichstein. That sounds like a German scientist or something.
Ike's teen!
Professor Eichstein!
Hold on, detective. What'd you just say?
I said I wonder what.
No, about the evidence lists. Normally they're twice as long.
That's right. I guess there was a lot of evidence.
A half-size list of evidence.
Charlie on a doll, she's like, womp, 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 womp.
What would the other half of the list be doing here? Oh,
I knew it! The chief must be hiding something about that case.
it would appear so. Ooh, ooh. Can we? What's on the list? Come on.
Give it to
What?
us.
Oh,
Oh!
oh, this is her drawing. Is that a knife in his hand?
Looks like a box.
I'm about to say, that doesn't look like a knife, because she would draw it with a point. I wonder what this is. Looks like someone drew some kind of sketch here.
What is it? Did you find something?
Can't make it out. I better keep quiet about it for... Cool. Huh. Oh, no, it's nothing.
It's definitely not your drawing.
Why are your eyes moving about like that, Mr. Wright? They're like kind of window screensaver, like bouncing all over your face. It's weird.
Man, now I'm like annoyed, because clearly this is what they wanted us to see, but like, I wanted to see what the list of like unused evidence was. Wait, there's still more? Wait, oh.
Oh, look at the side. Oh,
Wait, it did this. We found this inside, list of evidence from the slime incident.
Mr. Edgeworth had the other half of that list.
What would this list be doing here? We'd better look a little bit more into this list. I did! Game? This is the real deal, isn't it? This
Oh!
armor- This armor
It's
and
me,
these weapons.
Lancelot!
There is, pal. The chief doesn't care for imitations.
I just stand here all day as my station is Sir Lancelot.
First the pipe organ, now this armor. Do you know how many taxpayer dollars must have gone into this room?
There's a man standing inside this armor. It's
What?
me,
You
Lancelot.
mean we're paying for this?
Yes!
I'm employed, yes. I stand here as Sir Lancelot.
That is it. I'm not paying 1 cent of my taxes.
Correct,
You have to
Emma!
defend Emma.
Taxation is theft!
Please,
Anyway.
I need to eat.
Emma commits
I am,
tax fraud.
guys.
Wait, is this Lancelot?
Yeah, it's Lancelot.
You don't have any
Guys.
taxes to pay, you're 16.
Be careful what you say. Who knows? The chief may be hiding in this armor as we
Oh.
speak.
No, it's me, Lancelot.
I don't
I'm
think he'd
standing
fit in
in
there.
here.
Even if he did, he'd never be able to get back out.
Cut it out. You guys don't know how scary that guy can be.
There's,
When
I'm
he's around, the
literally-
lights flicker.
It's me,
God damn it.
Lancelot. I'm standing in the armor. You guys are just ignoring me.
Lancelot, shut the fuck up. We'll come back to you later.
You guys hear
Okay.
anything?
Freeze.
Grant, don't encourage him. This is a safe, isn't it?
Safe. That word is ripe with intrigue.
Huh. Okay, if you say so.
It looks like a code needs to be entered in this panel to open it.
Oh!
9.
A 7-digit... Wait.
Is it 7777?
Oh no.
Do it.
Do
You know what it is?
What? I have a hunch.
Oh, I know. You want to try my birth date?
It's 77777.
I have a better idea. Here
It's
goes
7
nothing.
sevens.
What's the... Is it 7 sevens?
Yeah, 7 sevens.
7 sevens.
Please don't
What?
make the stuff
That
from there.
was your code?
Guys, Gant trusted me to watch this safe from right here, but I mean,
God damn it. Bingo.
What number did you enter?
Whose birthday was that, pal?
7 sevens. The final ID card number on that record.
That's
What?
not my birthday.
The number of the mysterious executive officer who entered the room that day.
You mean 7777777? That ID number?
I think you're 1-7 shy this time.
Damn it.
This can only mean one thing. That's Chief Gant's ID number.
Anyone care to look inside?
I
Maybe
mean, I'm
there's
kind
money.
of curious. I'd like to look inside, but I've been tasked to stand here on this
Lancelot,
track.
shut up!
Is there any money in there? How much does he have stashed anyway? Can we ask him for $50?
Can we ask for $50?
Look, it's
A shard from a broken cup.
It's the vase.
there's something else in here too.
What the fuck is that? It's like a piece of leather cloth. Oh, can we get fingerprints?
This is a hair. Oh,
Oh,
okay.
sorry.
Hey, I saw someone wearing a shirt like that once. You think the chief made up that design?
I don't think so.
Oh, well, it was just a thought.
Is that it? Is this all that was in the safe?
Oh, hey, the Sword of the Ancients. You should leave that there and not take it.
How the fuck did it get in his safe?
Stole it.
Apparently
You guys
so.
should not take that and just leave that there.
A piece of cloth with a handprint on it, and a broken shard from a cup.
They look like pieces of evidence.
Yeah, but unless you can prove that's something I have to do with the case, I'm afraid I can't just let you take them.
I'm gonna
You
kill
can take Lancelot, though.
I don't want
After all.
Lancelot.
It's my neck on the line here.
I have. You
Great.
can't just take
Now
me.
I
I'm
have
a
to prove
person.
their relevancy to them. How are these two items related to the Slime incident?
Come on, there's gotta be something we can show the detective.
I'm not just an object. You can't just offer for someone to take me. I'm a person.
In fact, I'll pay you to
Detective
take him.
Gumshoe, could you have another look at this jar?
I remember when the three of us put that back together. Oh, those were the days.
That was like yesterday.
The days.
It's kind of early to be nostalgic.
Wasn't this jar a piece of evidence from that case?
That's right. One of the shirts had an SO9 incident sticker on it.
Doesn't this ring any bells? You know, that fragment we just found?
You mean this one? I was at the safe.
Yes, that one. That was in the safe.
Sorry.
Bless you.
Bless you.
I don't get it.
Now that you mention it, it's ringing a lot of bells. Let's see if it fits.
Here, let me see that shard. I'll take a crack at this.
Go ahead, pal. Show us what a rookie can do.
Mr. Wright, here's some glue.
If I could piece this together again, it'll prove Chief Gant was knowingly hiding evidence. Here goes. Can I... Oh, I have to rotate it. Okay. What the
Wow.
fuck is that? Is that supposed to be blood? There! Fits like a charm. That, of course, means Chief Gant willingly and knowingly hid a piece of this jar in his safe. In other words, he concealed a piece of evidence from the SL9 incident.
But
Hey guys, get a lot of that.
What is it?
This piece is just attached. It's different from the others.
I see a smiley
there's
face.
a reddish
and
line on it.
maybe the number
Reddish
2.
line. That's blood.
I don't get it.
Thanks, Gumshoe.
Yeah, you're welcome. Why would Chief Gant hide this in his safe?
I get it. Do you want a hint? I can give you a hint.
Lancelot.
That's lie. Would you like to
Alright.
go in the
What was
safe?
what was the other thing
Wait.
that what was the other thing that he had? There was a fragment, and then what was the other evidence that he won't give us?
The cloth.
Oh, the cloth with the handprint. Fucking.
Is it cloth? I thought it was leather.
Yeah, sorry. It was like a thing of
Oh
leather.
yeah, leather.
Fucking. I don't know. Can I show him this and be like, hey, give me that?
Maybe.
Sure.
Detective Gumshoe, I'd like you to have a look at this.
Hello.
Yeah, I know what that is. So you want to take some fingerprint.
It's like, oh, that's a great idea, detective.
Alright, go to town, sheesh.
What are you doing? Why are you sticking out your hand like that?
Go ahead, take my fingerprint.
It's not your fingerprints we want to take.
Ah,
Come on, this isn't time for jokes. We're talking about that cloth you found in the safe. Yes, I don't know. They don't even know what it is.
oh, I knew that. Oh, with the handprint on it, right?
He's like crying a little bit.
Sheesh, where's your sense of humor?
He keeps getting bullied.
Okay, Mr. Wright, let's check for prints. Sprinkle the powder on the cloth. Then, once they've been absorbed into the prints, blow the rest away.
What are you, my mom? Happy Mother's Day. I don't have to be told a million times. All right,
Happy Mother's
get
Day,
this over
Emma.
with.
While you do that, I'll examine
your
the
mother
Sword of
dead,
the
though?
Ancients.
But she's Phoenix's mom now.
Oh,
It's never established what Phoenix's mom is like. She's never mentioned ever. Phoenix's backstory is never mentioned beyond his college days.
dun, dun, dun.
But that's a story for another time. I mean, he went to law school, and that's basically it.
Ooh. Give it my best shot.
That kind of result won't be any good for matching prints, will it?
But it doesn't look like we'll get a clearer result from this point.
Okay, let's try a different finger then.
Are you kidding? Okay. I don't know. Let's try the thumb. Why not?
The thumb.
Because, like, otherwise,
Hmm.
I don't know what would indicate, like, a better choice than this. Give it my best shot.
Maybe like the middle finger?
Why? Why would that be a thing?
It looks
Just-
the darkest.
yeah.
I was gonna say Pinky's the darkest.
Oh, okay. Well,
I think.
Maybe.
I'm wondering whether or not it's literally just one of the fingers is randomly correct. Because, I mean, we have no time limit. We can do all 5.
it seems like it's gonna be just by luck the last one you pick.
But do you have enough dandelion?
Ooh.
Oh,
That looks pretty clear.
Oh, the middle finger.
Saba's cheating.
What?
What? Literally no way.
Because
okay?
you knew.
You think I remember these things as clearly?
It's not Damon Gant?
unless it's Jake Marshall.
Oh.
Emma, you're a murderer.
Can't believe it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Gary admitted to murder.
Don't you know? Carrie's characters always end up killing someone.
Oh, no, how can this be? What are Emma's fingerprints
Egma.
doing here?
Sorry.
What
What are
What?
Eggman's fingerprints
Eggman's
doing
fingerprints doing here?
What
Hey,
was
you found a
the-
match? Whose fingerprints were they?
You remember Eggette?
here? Yeah.
Dude, I fucking miss Eggette. I really like, cause I know that the Sonic people are like very, or at least that one dude is really active on social media. I really hope that the Sonic Mania people get to make a new game and they add Eggette as a canonical character, cause that'd be fucking dope. Oh, it seems the prints are too old. They aren't clear enough to get a match.
Oh, that's too bad. I thought they'd be Dark's prints.
Did
You know, the total murderer.
I'm about to say,
Certainly not I.
I'm about to say, I don't know what this implies, but I'm worried that no, because Emma witnessed the attack. I don't know what
Did
this
she?
means.
I mean, her alibi is that she was taken captive by, and the witness that saw her take was killed, and then she passed out.
Like,
Hey.
I'm worried. Hey, you over there.
Over there.
I'm worried that she, like, in defense, stabbed fucking Neil, and then like passed out or whatever. I'm really worried.
And Joe Dark was like, "Whoa!"
Yeah, Joe
Looks
Dark was
like-
like, "What the fuck, dude?"
And then they're
That's
like,
fu-
"Get him! Joe Dark murdered him."
What's going on here? What are all that kid's prints doing inside the chief's safe?
Don't ask me. Let's just keep this information from Emma for now.
Here, maybe you should hold on to this.
Anything else to examine in here or talk
Oh,
to? him?
there's so much. Did you say or talk to?
Or talk to. Hello, wish to examine me again?
You can see pretty far from 15 stories up.
Holy shit!
If you drop that suit of... Oh, okay.
I'm in the suit of armor. Please don't do that.
At first, the chief wanted to use stained glass for this window.
Really? Why didn't he?
His aide changed his mind because he wouldn't be able to see the view.
Oh.
So he just went for stained glass accenting.
Well, there's
Stained glass
literally
or
an
not,
organ pipe in
yes.
here.
He's very ostentatious. Yes.
By the way, I hid the sword of the ancients. No one will ever find it again. I'm sure we'll never show up again now. It's safe.
But didn't
Hey,
we
what's this
just?
sword doing here?
Don't look in the safe again. It's not in there.
Why is it under the desk?
Also, Grant, remind me at some point. I mean, obviously, I'm assuming you might be a little bit busy, but we should work on Stained Glass Tears again. That was really fun.
Oh yeah.
What do you mean? Oh yeah, did you forget?
No, I didn't. I forgot that's what we called it.
Stained Glass Tears, dude.
The chief's organ sure is a sight to behold. Occasionally we hear him playing it from the Criminal Affairs Department.
That's
He
on
can
the
only
second
play
floor.
Phantom of the Opera.
You can only play songs in minor key.
That's on the second floor, and this is the 15th floor of an entirely different building.
The detective screws up the chief's calls him to his office. It makes them listen to the organ for hours.
What's so bad about that? Music soothes the soul.
Music makes you lose control.
Let's
After that,
Easy music reference.
Not when I play the song of soul stealing. I mean, I don't do that. I'm not evil.
can't hear anything for days except the ringing in their ear.
Ah, the song of endless echoing.
So it's an instrument of punishment, literally.
But aren't the chief's ears affected?
No,
knew
he's
it.
made out of lightning.
He's been deaf for years. He never listens to anyone anyway.
That's beside the point. Alright, well, I can't fucking believe that that's it.
Can we talk to
For-
Gumshoe more?
No, I mean, like, in terms of, like, investigating the organ.
Okay.
Wait a minute, we can investigate the floor.
The
Shiny
Florgan.
floor.
This mark looks like some kind of flower.
Did you just say fucking Florgan?
Yeah.
Dude, I
Word
fucking
is.
love that. Give me a second, I gotta write that down.
It's a floor flower organ.
No, an
Oh.
organ that's built into the floor? A Florgan. That's so
Well,
good.
no, there's also a flower next to it, so it's a double florgan.
Oh,
Hell yeah.
it's a nested Florgan.
Or it's designed after the insignia on the prosecutor's badge.
Yeah.
It's gonna look around.
Prosecutor's badge?
Yeah, like the one hanging from your collar.
No. What? They have badges too?
The design's supposed to portray the severity of the punishment system.
Now that you mention it, it does look all pointy and kind of painful.
But Miss Edgeworth never wears a badge.
That's because he's a sharp dresser. A badge like that wouldn't go too well with his outfit.
So sharp dressers don't need to wear badges?
Fucking back off. It's not me.
I guess everyone's just kind of lets it slide.
I don't see how that's supposed to signify severe punishment. That's actually quite interesting, because once again, Adrian and I are familiar with the investigations games. Because I guess, like, do we ever see Edgeworth's badge prior to the investigations games?
I don't think so.
Because
No, I
if
don't
that's
think so.
Because if that's the case, because you do see it in the investigations games, right? Because you play as him. I think that'd be really interesting if they were like, what should we design it as? And one dude was like, hey, wasn't there a thing in the chief's office?
Well, the thing is, I don't actually know whether this case came out before the investigations games. I don't know what the chronological age of that.
Really? Oh.
Yeah,
Would you
because I know
mind-
the
would you
investigation
mind
games were
looking
made after.
up the release order of like the Ace
Sure.
Attorney games?
I'll look it up.
Oh, thank God, that means we get a respite from Lancelot.
No, I'm still here.
Fuck! This was Lana's desk. It sure is tidy.
Lana's always been a meticulous cleaner.
There's not even any dust on it. It looks like someone's still keeping it clean. Does Lana ever come back here?
No. Chief Gant must still keep it clean in memory of their partnership. They were the stuff legends are made of.
Does he keep it in memory of her or in memory of the crime? These shelves are mostly empty. Lana must have cleaned them out when she transferred over to the prosecutor's office. There's a small picture frame on the left shelf.
Hey! This is when Lana and I went to that theme park.
She left it behind! Oh!
Oof.
Man, I know that Lana's, like, suffering, I guess, because she was, like, used in this, like, coup d'etat or whatever, but, like, man, it sucks. What the fuck? Oh.
Oh, this was taken on that day 2 years ago.
The day Joe Dark ran out of the questioning room and tried to kill Emma. I don't get to investigate it?
After receiving his award trophy, Mr. Marshall took a picture here.
Isn't that redundant? Award trophy? I think, like, awarded his trophy. That's fine.
Then went along with Chief Gant to question Dark. I bet he never knew he'd be dead for just a few hours later.
Gee, you think?
I looked it up, by the way. Case 5 first released in Japan on March 16th, 2010. Ace Attorney 1 was released 2010, February 16th. So Case 5 came out a few months later after Investigations 1.
Okay,
Whoa.
so they would have already established that then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Look at that giant window. Makes you want to crash through it and jump outside.
We're 150 feet up, Gumshoe!
Wasn't there a thing that literally, Zach, you said that he would close the window or something? And he said you would just get out through a certain way?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no,
That
he would say like, he would be like, "All right, you're free to leave." He locks the doors like, "You may go through the window. I will teleport away."
Oh yeah, you may leave through the window, I will leave through the outlet.
I don't know, I'm just saying.
Saying what?
Ever since making Detective, I've always dreamed about doing something like that.
Oh, please, give me a Gumshoe game. where you get to do some like fucking dumbass detective stuff.
Action movie shit.
Hell
I,
yeah!
Oh.
I should mention
Note
that.
to self: Detective Gumshoe has a lot of dreams.
Every night.
So long as he doesn't go crashing through that window when he gets fired.
Don't say that.
I
So
will
here's
say-
the idea. The Gumshoe game, Gumshoe is the main character, but you actually play as the side character, and Gumshoe just has a lot of random like allegations that he allegedly thinks, and you just basically have to prove that he's actually not right and that it's the complete opposite.
Oh.
Well, first of all, that's kind of what they do with Sherlock Holmes, where Sherlock just makes assumptions and you have to prove, like, you have to correct them and steer the course. But I was going to say, not totally relevant, but tangentially, in Ace Attorney 5 and 6, they have DLC cases that are not canon, and most of them are labeled, like, Phoenix Wright S9 Attorney, or something along those lines. It's pretty fun, where it gets really silly from what I hear, but I haven't actually looked into them.
Alright,
Anyway,
you ready, Grant?
let's chat,
Yeah.
Gummy.
Gummy. That desk on the other side of the room, was that your sister's? What?
Talking to,
He's talking
I
to Emma.
presume.
Oh.
Yes, that's where I was waiting for Lana. On that day 2 years ago.
Why was he being interrogated on the 15th floor again?
Who
Who?
knows?
Dark.
Was
I don't know.
Dark-
That's just where the room is.
Who?
Who? Is anyone using it now?
No, sir. This is entirely Chief Scant's office now.
I mean, I work here too.
He practices a strict policy of preserving the crime scene.
Gant pays me to stand here, and so I guess it's my office too.
That's a strange reason to leave it there.
He leaves it as a warning to everyone else. He wants us to always be on alert. He told us so himself at our New Year's party.
It's like that fucking, it's like that one fucking wretched school from Lemony Snicket, Series of Unfortunate Events, where the school motto is, remember, you will die.
Oh yeah.
God, that's so terrible.
Do you know what the original motto on the US coin was, instead of In God We Trust?
What was it?
It was Mind Your Business.
That's not true, is it?
That's true, that was the original motto, and then they changed to In God We Trust.
Alright, I'm gonna write that down, because that's fucking amazing.
Of course, he was pretty intoxicated at the time.
I think it was on the penny.
Now, was it mind your own business, or just mind your business?
It was just Mind Your Business. And
See,
it was
that's
apparently
not,
known.
see, about to say, that's not really that bad of a phrase when you think about it.
It was just. I looked it up, and apparently it was only on the penny, and it was called the Fugio cent or the Franklin cent, and it was the first official circulation of coin.
Ooh. I see.
So ever since Lana left, no one ever touches that desk?
Except for
No,
Gant,
it
who
is.
ejaculates all over it.
Constantly. And the cleaning lady who's in charge, who's here each morning.
I mean, I clean up, but I'm not a lady. I'm Sir Lancelot.
I've never seen her, but she still does it.
I'm right here, Gumshoe.
Lancelot, you keep saying that you're stuck in the suit of armor, but yet you also imply that you do all this stuff around the office. How do you rectify these two things?
He pays me to clean whatever I can reach from here.
He's a weeping
Then how are
angel.
you cleaning this
Oh,
desk
that's
on the
exactly
other
what
side?
I was thinking, Grant. And it's like you can't look at him, but he moves when
Well,
he's
you-
not.
Well, you see, I have a mop attachment to my spear, and my spear extends when I wish it to. It's like a power pole.
Still,
Go-go
2 years have
gadget.
passed since that incident. There still can't possibly be any clues remaining.
Can I ask you something?
Sure.
You only came here to look around, right? Because one of the slime crime scene. I mean, that's your only reason for coming here, isn't it?
Why do you ask?
You don't think... Nah, you wouldn't be... No.
Unless.
No, there's no way. Never mind. Don't worry about
Okay. Now then, let's look around a little bit more.
it. Hey, hold on. Not so fast, buddy.
Oh, what is it?
When someone tells you, don't worry about it, it's supposed to start bothering you, pal.
Gumshoe.
Wow.
You know, just let it go at that.
Sorry. This guy's starting to get on my nerves.
You kind of gotta
Okay,
go fishing for
so-
Cosmo on Facebook.
Oh, so what's bothering you?
You don't think. Chief
No, we
Cat
don't.
might be a suspect, do you?
You don't think he's evil, do you? I mean, he says he's not every day.
It's impossible. It's
He
in every
said-
briefing.
Literally, he starts every sentence with, I'm not evil.
Every day,
But
we all report, and he says, I'm not evil when we report. Every day.
And also, Carrie, I heard your joke, and it was a good joke.
thank you.
You're welcome.
What? He's right, Mr. Wright. What do we think of him?
Well, he's not evil.
Well, he's definitely not evil.
But
Chief
he
Gantz, let's
has
finally come to
electrical
this.
powers, and he keeps on inviting people to come swim.
And I'm in your mindscape.
So-
Hello.
So I don't divulge my feelings yet.
There you go, ignoring me again. Well, was that any help?
Of course! Thanks to your ID card, wait, how is it not crumpled up? We were able to get some hard evidence.
I uncrumbled it for you while you weren't looking.
Oh,
No, that's not very kind, is it? In other words, if it wasn't for his ID card, he would have been useless. Isn't that right, you in the coat? Hello, Phoenix, Gumshoe, Emma, Lance.
I don't want to be here. I feel really
Wait.
bad now. We just got Gumshoe fired! No!
it was that last person you said.
Eek.
Chief Cat!
We didn't think you'd be back so soon.
Fortunately, I'm a man who believes in signs.
Dude, I feel real. This is actually like really spooky to me because I'm like,
I
shit,
must
shit,
stop.
shit. This is essentially like the equivalent of like you being like 5 years old and like sneaking into the kitchen for a cookie and like your mom like flicks on the light as soon as you open the cookie jar and you just go like, hi, I'm just getting water.
Red-handed.
This is more like you getting caught with the cookie in your mouth.
That is true.
And grabbing
You can't
another
go
one.
back from it.
And grabbing another one.
As I was walking to my meeting, I happened to look out a window and saw a stray dog run right into a pole. Just then I thought of a certain detective and a certain knight.
now he's. Oh no.
Do you mean me, sir?
Yes, and also Lance. Now then, I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you all to leave.
Yes, sir. Sorry.
What? We just wanted to play the pipe organ. Why is it such a big deal?
Oh, you in the coat.
Me, sir.
Drop off your ID on the way out. You won't be needing it anymore.
No,
Oh, Zach, you got
Gumshoe!
him fired.
But, sir.
Now get out.
Yes, sir.
Oh, we'll be on our way too then.
Wait, you, the one without spiky hair. Don't go yet.
No,
So the
no,
only
he's
girl
going
in
to
the room?
squish you.
Me, sir?
Dude, like, I'm really glad I don't have face cam for stream because I have fucking indents on my knuckle from biting it.
Oh my god.
I'd like a word with you. Just you, me, and Lance here, and his spear.
Sir, I'm not okay. Well, I
With a
guess I'll
spiky
never
hair,
know what I'm not.
You're free to go.
Mr. Wright.
Well, see ya, Emma. And he jumps out the window. Look, pal, I've told you once, I told you 1,000 times. The chief's office is off limits. But no, you just had to go sneaking there like that, didn't you?
I thought you said you didn't care anymore if you were fired.
Yeah, but if I knew it'd be like this, I never would have said it.
Yeah, but if I knew I would have actually got fired, I wouldn't have said that.
If I knew he was gonna throw me out 15 floors and stores up.
See, he's just trying to make Phoenix not feel guilty about himself, okay? He was just trying to help you out.
He really is Nemesis tier because not only did he get thrown out 15 stories, he also landed on his feet with little to no damage.
Use his
He bounced.
code as a parachute.
I think I'm finally starting to get the picture. But why was she kept why is she kept eerily silent about it all this time?
Anyway, you listening to me? I'm gonna try to smooth things over with the chief again. Later, pal.
I don't feel good. After that, I heard from Emma. She said the police wanted to ask her some questions. So she'll be busy for the rest of the day. Oh, okay. I'm just saying this because I'm excited. But like, I wonder if Gant is like, oh shit, Phoenix just discovered a bunch of really incriminating evidence against me. I am now going to forge evidence to say that Emma did it.
Oh.
Lana! your former boss is evil!
I see. So the chief asked Emma to come in for questioning.
It's no use thinking about it. Tomorrow's the final day in court. I'm committed to doing everything I can to defend you, which is why I'm here.
But I've already told you all I can.
Plus, the chief isn't evil. He said so himself.
It's true, I believe him.
What you've told me over these past couple of days is absolutely nothing. Not a single useful thing.
Really? I believe I did mention something quite important. Something I told you right at the beginning.
I'm guilty.
I said that I was the one who stabbed Detective Goodman.
You know, I think I finally figured it out. I know who it is that's lurking behind your words.
He did a good job mentoring you. I'm rather jealous.
Ooh! Ooh!
It seems Edgeworth was right.
Edgeworth.
Eggman.
Once you're convinced you know something, no one can persuade you otherwise. Thick-headed and thick of ass is the term he used, I believe.
Thick of ass.
Dumb of ass and thick of ass at the same time.
Now's my chance to get her to tell me the rest of the story. Bitch!
Chief Gant is not evil. Chief Gant is not evil.
He
The code
overrode
is
her program.
breaking down.
Shut
I
him
have
down.
to admit, I was more than a little perplexed at first. You insisted you did it, yet there was no incriminating evidence. That's when it hit me. It's not like you're unwilling to tell the truth, or it's not that you're unwilling to tell the truth. It's that you're incapable of doing so because of a certain individual.
What an intriguing notion. A certain individual, you say. So you think I'm protecting this person?
Protecting? No, I think you're afraid of is more like
He programmed me. I cannot do anything.
it. If I'm not mistaken, so what? She a cyborg?
Yeah.
Phoenix is just like, Lana, what are your prime directives? Directive 1, follow Chief Gant's orders. I mean,
Directive 1, do not reveal Directive 2. Directive 2, protect Chief Grant. Fuck! Shoots herself. If I'm not mistaken, the person in question may have persuaded you to silence.
For argument's sake, Mr. Wright, who may I ask who is this person you're speaking of? The one I am supposedly so frightened of. What is this person's name?
So if she gets
Mike
agitated,
Meekins.
does like her pitch change and it just gets higher, but it's the same robot voice?
No, she is
Or
perfectly
just-
monotone the entire time.
Okay,
Okay.
so
I'm
it
gonna
doesn't
be right
get
back.
lower
Use the
either.
I'm using the bathroom. Be right back.
Well, Miss Guy?
Watch me moonwalk out of here. Mr. Wright, you are addressing the chief prosecutor. Do not forget your place.
I take it she's still not ready to spill the beans. My apologies.
My apologies.
Oh, that was her, sorry.
Could you please tell me a bit more about what you think you know?
Can I present her some stuff? Be like, yo, I found this fucking thing with your sister's fingerprints on it.
Mr. Wright, you're evolving by leaps and bounds. I'm starting to see the hunger in your eyes.
Eat her.
We were partners until 2 years ago. I respected him as a detective.
Assuming he's respectable, then tell me something. Why would he try to hide his crimes?
His crimes.
Both you and Edgeworth will be brought before a board of inquiry for what you did. Specifically, hiding and forging evidence.
Of course, these are serious offenses.
Why is it, though, that Chief Gant's name is never mentioned?
Chief Gant, Directive 1.
Directive.
Error.
Edgeworth didn't know the truth behind the forgery. The only party who could have possibly tampered with the evidence was...
Me. I had access because I was second in command of that investigation.
Yes, Lana, and what about number 1? Yes, but also one other, Damon Gant.
If you intend to accuse Chief Gant, you'll need more than just words. Show me proof that Chief Gant falsified evidence in that case.
Does this count?
I think so.
This isn't false evidence, though. He's withholding evidence.
This
But you're
is-
probably right. Yeah, it's just probably
I
stupid.
think it's the
probably
same
that.
idea.
Yeah.
I just found this in a safe in the chief's office. This jar piece and this piece of cloth. Do you know what these are? They're pieces of evidence from the Sline incident.
Aye.
The person concealing evidence was none other than Chief Gant himself. Now tell me, why are you taking all the blame for him?
Touche, Mr. Wright. It's as you surmised, I cannot disobey the Chief's orders, even if it means being found guilty for murder.
Why not?
Come now, Mr. Wright. You can't possibly expect me to be able to tell you that. 3 days ago, I had no choice but to cooperate.
In the murder of Detective Goodman.
Or perhaps I should say, follow orders. Yes, that's more accurate than cooperate. Although I can't tell you the details, I can say that I was given an order that day.
Well, Adrian's gone.
Oh, I'm back.
Oh.
I need you to dispose of Bruce Goodman's body. You'll find it inside it. Sorry, hang on. You'll find it inside the trunk of Miles Edwards' car.
Why?
That's his right-hand man.
It's a flashback, too, technically.
Gant's crew consists of Lana, Meekins, and Lancelot.
The drive-through crew.
Just
Those
as
are
I
the
suspected.
those are his backup men.
Despite what everyone believes, you were not the one who murdered Detective Goodman.
Correct. I was trying to take the body out of Edgeworth's car. The trunk's lock was broken, and I discovered that murder weapon while inspecting the body.
The murder weapon? You mean Edward's knife?
No. When I found the body, this was the knife that stuck in it.
The knife from the Sline incident. Serial killer Joe Dark's knife.
I couldn't just leave that knife in him. So I took it out and stabbed him with another knife.
That
Oh.
would be Edgeworth's knife.
That's right. Even though he was already dead, my hands were shaking at the thought of stabbing him. That's why I ended up cutting my hand.
And this is the reason for the bandage on your right hand?
Yes, it seems that I got blood on the victim's shoes as well. And then she saw me just as I plunged the knife in.
What's with your face? Miss Star, huh? Why did you need to hide Dark's knife so badly?
It took a lot of work to finally close the Dark case 2 years ago. It was over with. I didn't ever want it to be opened again. My intent was to prevent that by whatever means possible.
So you hid Dark's knife.
The weapon used to stab the detective was evidence in the Joe Dark case.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Thank you. If word got out, which it would, the reporters would have a field day with that.
So you wrapped the knife in your scarf and hid it. In Edward's exhaust pipe.
Then I called my sister. Tell her what happened, and to ask her to hide the knife that was inside my muffler.
You asked Emma?
I didn't want anyone on the force to know about this.
That would explain why Emma was so confident about Lana's innocence.
Speaking of phone calls, I had a bad feeling about one of them that day.
A bad feeling?
The truth is, after I received those orders from Chief Gant,
I wonder if we had done the fucking luminol spray in the chief's office, if we would have found anything. I doubt it, but just wondering.
the first thing I did was make a phone call. A phone call to Patrolman Jake Marshall.
Howdy. This is an automatic message. My Grorks will answer the phone when they can.
Unfortunately,
I
his
have them
clerks were
trained to
busy.
do that. To Marshall? Why on earth did he call him?
The lead investigator for this line incident had been murdered. I wanted that fact to be kept hidden and I needed help. He was the only person I could trust. Or at least I thought I could trust him at the time. The Gorks, however, they overcame him. It seems that after I spoke to him, he went off on an escapade of his own.
My Grorks, come back!
Oh, you mean...
Not wanting the case to die, he decided to take things into his own hands.
He disguised himself as Detective Goodman and tried to steal the evidence.
He had already stolen the ID card, but it seems he still hadn't made up his mind to break into the evidence room. We have to prove all this now.
Mm-hmm.
After my phone call, any remaining doubts he had must have disappeared.
So your phone call caused the incident in the evidence room.
I'm afraid that's all I can tell you.
Wait, when did she make this phone call?
I have no clue.
Because, like, so... Because the murder apparently occurred at 5:15, or at least we think it did. Wait, no, it super didn't. It happened at 4:20. Never mind, I'm a liar. But Llama...
You've earned my respect, Mr. Wright, both as a defense attorney and an investigator.
I'm literally neither of those things.
Now, please, don't pursue this any further in court tomorrow.
Fuck
say you're
off,
not-
Lana!
Did you say
My
you're
friend.
not a defense attorney?
Well, my degree came from the internet.
Okay.
Does that count?
I have a theoretical degree in physics.
Dude, that's still the only line in Fallout that I think is worth a damn. Do you have a degree in theoretical physics? Well, I have a theoretical degree in physics, and they gave me the job. Tomorrow's trial. There's only
there's a
one way
handful
to
of
drive
them.
off Lava's demons. I gotta get to the bottom of everything. Yes, Adrian?
There's a handful of lines that you should look at that are also pretty good, but yeah, that's one of the better ones.
Detective Goodman's real murderer. And what went down in the chief's office 2 years ago.
Hey, am I fully in frame, guys? It's me, Lancelot. I'm part of the team too.
Lancelot, hello!
I'm in the frame, right? I'm in the picture fully. It's not awkward. I'm not cut off.
Alright, so I do want to say we are fucking perfectly framed to have this done tomorrow. If we end here, I think.
You sure about that?
I know we have half an hour, but... What do you mean? Wait, what do you mean am I sure about that?
I mean,
Are
there's
you
going to be
sure?
a lot of dialogue. Huh?
I was gonna say, are you sure we're gonna finish this case in 2 hours tomorrow if we end here?
Have we had a fucking court section that's been longer than 2 hours?
I think we've had one that like was slightly longer and then finished at the beginning of the next session.
Alright, that's fair. I wanted to like nicely encapsulate the final episode, but that's fine.
We're never gonna nicely
I mean,
encapsulate the
unfortunately,
final-
too, it hurts more because you ended directly at 11:30.
I mean, either way, we're gonna have time to speak either before the trial or after the trial.
That's true. This is the defendant lobby, alright, but there's no defendant. I've been trying to reach Lana all morning. Where could she be? And where's Emma, for that matter? It almost seems as if... I think this is... Edgeworth.
Knowing you, you've already figured it out. Who the owner of the 77's ID number is, that is.
Well, I have a pretty strong hunch.
I'm in your dreams.
Looks like I'm not the only one who's figured it out.
You know, the only reason this trial didn't reach a verdict yesterday is because there was still room for doubt regarding this ID record. If that number does belong to whom you suspect, then no doubt will remain. After all, he hasn't been officially charged with anything.
True, not yet.
In any event, once all doubt has been removed from that list, I can call for a ruling. 5 minutes, right? And Chief Prosecutor Sky will be found guilty.
But she didn't do it!
I figured you'd say as much. That's why I came here. To hear what you have to say.
This is the first time he's ever done something like this. Lana's hiding something, and the only way we'll ever know the truth is to draw it out of her.
The truth.
Everything goes back to the Slime incident.
Don't be stupid. Today's the last day of the trial. We don't have time to reminisce about the past.
That depends on you.
Huh?
If she's found guilty, you lose your only chance to find out what really happened. Oh, excuse me.
I'll think about it. See you in the court, right?
This is it. If I'm ever going to find out what Chief Gant has on her, it's now. Dude, this is fucking intense. I'm not sure if I like this, like, fucking flip-floppy story that we've had going on so far, but this is awesome.
Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Lana Sky.
The defense is ready, Your Honor.
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
I believe this is when the prosecution brings forth its opening statement. But before that, the police chief has a proposal to make.
Chief Gant. Oh!
Race again. Hello. Morning, folks. How's everyone doing? Hey, IG. Been back to the pool yet?
Stop asking about swimming!
Were any conducive to electricity clothing? No
No,
rubber
I wouldn't
speedos, I
drown.
hope.
No, I've been drowning enough as it is in my work.
Oh, that's a good one. Don't think I can top that. But I can bottom for it.
If you don't mind me asking, Chief, what exactly is this proposal of yours?
Did an insect just speak just now?
Lana, that is to say, the defendant, has asked me if she could speak directly to the court
Man.
without going through her lawyer.
Yeah, about to say, like... Also, what the fuck is his suit made out of to have reflections like that?
It's made of,
It's like
Starburst.
Yeah. I was about to say plastic, but I like the idea of his suit being made out of orange
Do you
Starburst.
want some? Do you want to risk grabbing my suit at the...
She wants to do what?
Having heard what she intends to say, I feel she should be granted her request. In the end, it should save everyone a lot of time and trouble.
Oh my god.
I did not program her to say this, by the way. Have at it, Lana.
What
Fully
is this all
functioning.
about, defendant?
I'd just like to make one simple request and I'll be finished.
Well then, what's your request?
I would like you to find me guilty.
Your Honor, I'd like you to put an immediate end to this trial.
Huh?
I confess to all charges against me. On February 21st of this year, I murdered Detective Bruce Goodman. After Chief Gant told me, error in the underground parking lot of the prosecutor's office.
Fuck, so annoying. No, Lana! You can't! Your Honor, the defendant's claim does not change the defense's plea.
In that case, Mr. Wright,
I relieve you of your duties.
I no longer require your services.
Ah!
There you go.
But Lana!
Your Honor, I hereby forfeit my right to an attorney. The prosecution may lack direct evidence against me, but it has sufficiently proven in its case through testimony and circumstantial evidence. I would like you to render your verdict now, if you please.
God.
Well, the defendant certainly has the right to self-representation. The request is legally valid, although it's an unprecedented situation. Indeed, it appears there's no further need to continue this trial, even if Mr. Wright may feel otherwise.
This can't be happening.
It appears the time for a verdict has arrived. This court finds the defendant. Someone interrupt me now, please. Thank you.
Was it Edgeworth?
One moment, Your Honor.
Mr. Edgeworth.
Oh, he can rescind.
The prosecution has not yet proven the defendant guilty beyond reasonable doubt. Even though she just admitted it. Any ruling at this stage would certainly be premature, once again, even though she just admitted it.
That doesn't count, Saba. You can be
Come now,
coerced.
Worthy. I understand this is a difficult time for you, but why don't you just be a good little boy and keep your mouth shut? Hmm?
No. I don't think I care for your tone, Chief Gant.
What?
Creating another fabrication to cover up your past mistakes. Sorry, but I'm no longer the naive little boy you would have me be.
This is awesome.
The girls are fighting.
With a sudden confession from the defendant, it's obvious to me some kind of deal was struck behind the scenes.
Some kind of deal. Not everyone operates as you do, Worthy.
I thought so. Your Honor, the prosecution would like to change its first witness.
Well, to whom?
As its first witness, the prosecution would like to call Miss Emma Skye. I request the court hears her testimony.
No, no.
Mr. Edgeworth, I am exercising my right to self-representation. I don't think we need to continue.
I don't care what you think, Miss Skye.
Yes. Oh my God.
And I'm talking about the older one, not you, younger one. The
Programming failing.
The explosion of truth sometimes results in tragedy. However, no matter how tragic the truth may be, it would be an even greater tragedy to avert one's eyes from it.
Look at
Very
me
well.
being all poetic.
The court shall grant the prosecution's request. That's okay with you, right, Chief Gant?
Worthy. You'll live to regret this. Mark my words.
It's like Phoenix is like, is no one hearing that?
I'm not evil.
I'm not evil, by the way.
Miss Emma Skye, please take the stand.
Wait, she's here now?
She's
I
always
guess.
been here, don't forget.
No, I know, but she wasn't with me this morning.
Well, in
She
the
was-
picture she was.
She was
Okay.
talking to Gant, and I assumed
No, she was
then
not.
she was taken by the chief, or not the chief, but yeah. Well,
Like,
yeah,
that's
the
what
chief.
that's what I mean. I think she's been in the chief's, protection for like this entire time, because she was
Yeah.
not
Oh,
in
I
the
must
she
have-
was not in the picture next to me. No.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess I didn't see
Forced by the
correctly.
reins. Emma, be
probably
brave
forced.
for your sister.
Now then, witness, please state your name and occupation.
My name is Emma Skye.
You know what this is? This is sort of a better version of the type of thing they were going for with Red White. Because Red White was supposed to be this, like, huge, like, megacorp guy that had, like, everybody working for him. But then the case ended up being him just being a dumbass. Whereas this time, Gant literally has control of everybody. Oh, so good.
My occupation? I'm Lana's little sister, and I want to be a scientific investigator.
2 years ago, you encountered the serial killer Joe Dark of the Joe Dark killings. Is this correct?
Yes. I'm trying my hardest to forget about that, though.
I'm sorry. But I'm afraid you're going to have to recall those events one more time.
Mr. Edgeworth, please remember this trial concerns the murder of Detective Goodman. Is an incident that was resolved 2 years ago really all that relevant?
Yes, it most certainly is.
Well, okay then.
He sure gave in fast.
Do you like that fucking prosecutor privilege where, like, if you said that, you would have to, like, provide evidence and prove it, whereas he just says, yes, it's relevant. It's like, okay, it's relevant.
Alright, sure.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay,
That's-
now,
Edgeworth.
please testify about what happened to you 2 years ago.
The trip to yesteryear's finally begun. It's bound to lead to the truth behind this trial.
Fucking prosecutor privilege, I swear.
I was waiting in my sister's office that day. A man came running in and took me hostage. Neil Marshall rescued me. But I'll never forget what I saw in that instant. The man raised up his knife and stabbed Mr. Marshall in the chest.
Wasn't he stabbed in the back?
I don't remember. Just keep.
God, I
Okay,
don't
well.
know. Alright.
Stabbed in the back.
It's a good thing you weren't harmed.
I passed out. I don't remember much.
Physically harmed. That's understandable. However, please tell me, mister. What does this testimony have to do with Detective Goodman's murder?
That will soon become apparent, Your Honor.
Your Honor.
And
You've gotta admire him for his courage, considering he has no evidence.
it's not
Very-
like you're helping me, right, Phoenix?
Reich?
Right, Phoenix?
Phoenix Reich. He's German.
Oh no.
I guess that means you have to take on a whole new accent, doesn't that?
Fuck. I can't. Dude,
By the
fucking
way-
a German accent is literally just a French accent, but like worse. Like I can't do that.
By the way, do you like how
Wait, what
Idris
the
is like,
fuck? I lost
What did
health?
you just do?
What is the statement is clearly faulty, Your Honor.
I was just gonna say, do you like how just like
Wait.
how is this relevant? And Idris like, you will soon see, as Wright does all my work for me.
Yeah, exactly. Wait,
Get penalized,
whoa,
bitch.
whoa, 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 what are you talking about?
I don't think you can press her, maybe?
Did
Maybe
you
go
press?
to the end.
100%.
Sometimes they
But
like
that's
say
literally a false. That's literally a false statement of which I have evidence that proves that it's false.
Did you
present or
Would
press?
you present one?
I hit present because this is a false statement. I don't have to press a statement if it's already false. Or I
Press her on it
shouldn't.
just to double. I don't know.
No, I mean That's stupid. That must have been a real shock.
Even now, when I close my eyes, I can still see it just as clearly.
Tell us. What were you doing at that moment? I believe you testified that Joe Dark was holding you hostage.
When lightning struck and the lights went out, Mr. Marshall jumped on Dark. I was thrown aside, and the two began wrestling each other.
Hmm.
I'm pretty sure I was watching them.
Emma doesn't have any reason to lie, but Lana sure does. I need to get Emma to tell me as much about this as she can. I mean, okay, I guess I'm just gonna press everything then. I don't know.
Apparently.
Sure.
2 years ago, the defendant was a detective at the police department, correct?
Yes, she was second in command under then Deputy Chief of Police Gant. Good God, I can't read today. My sister, she was the best detective ever.
It's okay, Carrie, I'm on the same boat.
Yes, I remember. Deputy Chief Gant and this guy used to be quite the pair.
I believe they shared the same office.
They were roommates.
That's right. They were
Yes.
roommates. I'd always sit at my sister's desk.
Wait, how did Joe Dark get into the office?
Apparently,
Walked in
in-
through the door.
No, but
Apparently
the
they-
door had a lock on it.
Well, we don't know that that was installed
Okay, sure.
back then. Because remember, Jake Marshall didn't know about the fingerprint stuff.
I mean, sure, but yeah, I don't know.
And dream about playing that organ. I wanted to play it that day too.
The police department and the prosecutor's office held a ceremony that day.
Lana promised to take me to dinner after she finished her work.
A man?
Yes, Joe Dark. He was a serial killer.
Joe Dark was brought in for questioning on the day of that ceremony. We were desperate to get anything on him that would lead to an arrest.
When he saw his chance, he fled the room, right?
Upon fleeing the room, Dark proceeded to take the elevator. He must have been in a panic because the elevator was going up. Then he ran into Sky and Gant's office. Your office, Grant!
Whoa!
There's a lot of noise coming outside, so I opened up the door to have a look. And that's when I saw him.
Oh. Why would you do that? Wait, you're lying. What was the prosecutor doing there?
That day, there were two people present during Dark's questioning. Deputy Chief Damon Gant and Prosecutor Neil Marshall.
I almost forgot about Gant.
Neil Marshall had just received the King of Prosecutors Award. Young and dedicated, he went straight to the questioning room after the ceremony.
But I assume that would also be why he was the first run after dark.
When Dark grabbed me, I thought I was as good as dead.
And that's when Prosecutor Marshall came running in?
I don't clearly remember what happened then. But
Can you tell us about that?
Mr. Marshall jumped on Dark. Just then, the lights went out.
The lights?
It was just about this time of year. There was a terrible storm going on and lightning struck nearby.
So the electricity went out.
Wait a minute. If there was pitch dark in the room, you shouldn't have been able to see anything, right?
Right, but just then lightning flashed again outside.
Lightning McQueen?
That sudden flash left an unforgettable image in the scene of my mind.
Ka-chow!
A
I
car.
see.
I told the detective about what I saw then.
The detective?
Yes, Detective Goodman. He was in charge of the case.
Detective Bruce Goodman, the victim.
Angel type gumshoe.
I mean, hear more, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
So you spoke with Detective Goodman about this 2 years ago?
Yes, that's what's so scary about this trial.
And you told Detective Goodman about what you saw.
Yes, but at the time, the words just wouldn't come out. That's why I drew a picture.
Picture. Yes, I think she mentioned that before.
Well, Mr. Wright, have you heard enough?
Ask about the picture. This picture the witness drew, I believe it was has a very important meaning. What?
But the list of evidence I was given 2 years ago didn't contain a picture.
Oh, Edgeworth. Working together.
Witness, would you mind if we added this statement to her testimony?
This is the thing that's wrong?
Apparently so.
Yeah, usually I give these games the benefit of the doubt, but that was pretty...
Yes, Your Honor.
That's fucking irritating.
I feel like if they wanted that, they shouldn't have mentioned that she saw him stab him in the chest. They should have said, I saw him stab him. And then... Because, yeah, that seems pretty BS. But whatever.
You drew a picture of the scene you witnessed, right?
Yes, I wanted to do everything I could to help the investigation. I can still see it now whenever I close my eyes.
That's strange. I took over the case after Prosecutor Marshall died. Yes, I never received. Well, I don't know what I
Sorry,
didn't receive.
I was trying to skip it, or trying to like
Perhaps
get to
the witness is mistaken.
It was get the picture.
But I did draw it. I swear. I'm not just imagining it.
This picture Emma drew. That reminds me. Guess I should check the evidence again.
The scene that's imprinted in image and... Okay, yes. Can you please describe it to us?
The man.
I guess you can press on this.
Weird.
I guess
Apparently the other one didn't work.
It's this.
I would present the picture, yeah.
Wow, game, thanks. Writers! Writers!
What do you want me to say? They didn't care about that back then, Zach.
This little girl put all her heart into drawing that picture. And yet, you would insist on denying its existence.
Huh?
Dude, they're acting! I love
Hey,
it!
I'm not the bad guy. All I'm saying is that as the prosecutor for that case, I wasn't handed such a picture. Why are you
That
laughing
may
at
be.
me, Judge?
Ah, dude, I love this! This is so good! Oh my god, he's buttering me up, I'm serving him an easy spike. Yes!
Okay.
But that doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Behold! Phoenix is getting too into it.
This is the evidence list for the Snine incident.
Please turn it over, Your Honor.
Turn it over. Turn. What?
You can turn the paper over.
What's this?
Oh my gosh.
Why is it at this angle?
Why are they dancing on the ceiling?
Wall.
That's the
What is
side
it?
of the wall.
Oh, they must have been wearing their
Hey,
magnet
that's
boots.
it. That's the picture I draw.
What the fuck was that? Was that Con Varma?
Are you currently drawing it,
I was-
Carrie?
I was trying to be the judge, be like, oh, they must have been wearing their magnet boots.
Indeed, two men appear to be wrestling.
That's a really good, like, perspective drawing.
I was gonna say, for like a 14-year-old girl that doesn't draw art, that's like pretty good.
That's, like,
That
not
person's
bad.
hand is huge, though. That's like the same size as his head, almost.
That looks like it was drawn by people
What's
who
the
don't.
meaning of this? What are you doing with that list?
Me?
Were you hiding it this entire time? Only the prosecutor in charge should have access to that list.
Oh, and this is where he shows that, like, oh, they're not the same.
I was gonna say that like
Huh?
that the picture is definitely drawn by someone who knows how to draw, but is pretending they don't.
Oh, yeah.
These lists, they're different from each other.
Wow. What?
It would appear, Mr. Edgeworth.
Dude, can we keep going? This is fucking cool.
Oh my gosh.
It's
You got
so
5 minutes.
cool.
I know, Zach, you have a deadline. You can't.
Ah.
The evidence list you were handed 2 years ago was incomplete. These two lists fit together to form one. You can see the marks here where they were torn apart from each other.
So you see, Mr. Edgeworth, it's quite obvious what happened. 2 years ago, only half the evidence in the case ever reached you.
What? What?
Order, order.
Did you see that tweet today that went viral where it was a dude who's like a high-ranking lawyer in New York where he needed to go to the bank to make a withdrawal, and so he puts on like a bandana that covers his nose and mouth and then tied it behind his head and made sure to walk in with his hands like perfectly visible. And then he had a thought and he tweeted about it and he's like, huh, I've convicted people with less evidence than this. And every reply was like, yeah, that's the fucking problem, isn't it? And it's like, oof.
But Miss Sky, why did you draw your picture on the back of such an important list?
Wait a minute, but if that person was actually guilty, then doesn't that mean that he did a good job?
Right, but what if they weren't guilty?
Well, that's
Because that's what.
the age-old question.
Mhm. Because
Right.
that's what Detective Goodman handed me in the questioning room, Your Honor.
Wait a minute. If this list was torn in half, then that means... Your Honor?
Are you alright, Mr. Wright? Your eyes are bulging from your head.
If the evidence list was torn in half, then there might be more of the drawing on the back of Mr. Edwards. What? I don't...
Sure.
What? He never would have looked at the back of his list?
Yes, that's quite conceivable, Mr. Edgeworth.
It's possible. Let's see.
What are you talking about?
I mean, my hands were black, but I didn't think anything of it every single time I held this paper.
Is something wrong?
Do you even have to ask?
He was just like, I thought that was a side effect of the vampirism.
Sorry, Your Honor. There is indeed something drawn on the back of my list.
No, there isn't. I can see it right now.
This is not the same paper. It's that thing.
What the fuck?
Oh,
That thing, it didn't exist 2 years ago. Right?
Just keep going.
I have
That-
existed for millennia.
That's the thing from the prophecy. Was dancing in the evidence room.
And clearly, this act of vandalism is the work of a certain chief of detectives.
I guess he was out of scrap paper.
Da, da,
Oh.
da, 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 da. Da, da, da. Oh,
Very
really?
well. Witness, will you please testify about this picture you drew 2 years ago?
Huh? Oh, yes, sir, Your Honor.
Oh, Emma. What's wrong with Emma? She seemed to be thinking about something when she was looking at the picture. Emma. Alright. We'll end it here. This is the perfect place to end it.
Emma's picture.
Alright,
Dude.
I
well,
think
we
we should
got.
save it here. Yeah, nice.
Dude! I'm so hyped! This is so cool!
Oh my god.
Oh my god! Whew. Oh.
Well,
Hold
That was a
backspace to skip
run.
text. Okay.
the single box one is the best. Like, if you've already been through a case, maybe you want to do the whole thing, but
Alright. Dude, I'm like fucking buzzing with excitement. This is not good for me trying to go to bed in like 20 minutes.
oh, okay, I can help you with that. Do you remember the beginning of the stream when the first 30 minutes you didn't have the thing up on Twitch? There we go, problem solved.
Good night, everyone.
Good
Night.
night.
Good night, everybody.
Later.